Someday I'm gonna get that filthy animal.
That's right, you are gonna get this beast, because we seem to be at the halfway point in this movie, and you need to get your revenge. What the fuck? What? Bigfoot assaults them, gets away, and Son of Sam here says, "Ooh, one day I'm gonna get this beast." The end! This is the first time I've ever seen anyone in a kind of horror film just stop and say, "Yeah, we'll let someone else handle it." Someone should kill this beast, but it's not gonna be us. What the fuck? That is actually kind of genius. Imagine if something like Friday the 13th Part 6 had that kind of attitude. Someone needs to stop Jason. Too bad I'm in jail. Maybe the fact that they renamed Crystal Lake Forest Green will confuse Jason.
That's why we changed the name. People want to forget this was Crystal Lake, and they don't need some kid stirring up Jason shit again.
Yeah, but they're not likely to forget that half of their residents have been butchered. Attitude. Someone needs to stop Jason. Too bad I'm in jail. The fuck? Oh, right. That's from the Geek Review. I guess it all comes full circle. That is, until the next episode of Lloyd comes out.
The day has come to finally get this filthy animal.
While Court is rocking out in the driver's seat, Jason is rocking out in the bathroom, and this scene's method of killing is totally fucking metal.
Hey, Nicky, what are you doing back there, taking a dump?
Oops, Jason hates shit jokes. This guy is definitely gonna pay. Jail. Jason was killed by his own hubris. Wait until the second day of camp, kids. That's when some cannibals are gonna hang a woman by her breasts. So, anyone gonna tell her that her dad is dead?
It's over. It's finally over.
Well, at least it's over for Tommy Jarvis. This is his last movie, but there's still plenty of these sequels left. Now Jason isn't just fish bait, but he's sequel bait. Jail. Enough of these fake-out endings! That was the real ending. And is no one concerned that the birthday boy didn't show up?
You know Michael. He probably got pulled over for drunk driving and spent the night in jail.
Your friend appears to have a drinking problem. You should really get his dead body some help. Tina is so selfish for not even thinking of the carpenter bills. There's easier ways to get rid of termites. Is this the end? Jail. Fucking mistakes. Just leave a suicide note next to him. You can cover all of this up nicely. So, did that finally kill him? Jail. She could bring people back from the dead? Why was his body still down there? What is with Crystal Lake and not cleaning the bodies out of the water? Another Friday the 13th movie, another post-massacre ambulance scene. Thankfully, Nick has a more answered conclusion than Paul from Part 2. So, Jason survived electrocution and fire, but being pulled underwater by a zombie killed him. Wait, I didn't hear jail. How do I know if this is the real ending or not? So, Jason survived electrocution and fire, but being pulled underwater by a zombie killed him. Jail. Okay, good. They're off the ship. They're in the lifeboat. It's over an hour into the movie. Maybe now Jason can finally take Manhattan. Jail. For the love of Christ. So, a pen to the eye didn't hurt him, an axe to the head, multiple bullet wounds, etc. But his real kryptonite is the ooze. Oh yeah, and the flood of toxic waste to wash away the chuds. They all float down here, Jason, my boy. Since he's the god of electricity, the sky goes nuts, and originally they wanted Jason to dissolve in the toxic waste, but thought that that might write them into a corner for future installments. So, what did they use as their conclusion? Jail. That makes sense. He's back to being a child now, as if he's the slasher movie version of Joshua Baskin. The hell kind of sense does that make? How does that not write you into a corner? Doesn't matter. Now Rennie and Sean can finally go see Black and Blue.
I hear there's a statue here that's 22 stories tall.
Everyone you know is dead. And the dog returns after probably hanging out with Muffin from part 2. And someone better get that kid out of the sewer before it floods again. Jail. And that's my theory about how Jason Voorhees caused 9/11. Can I have a radio show now? It was important to take her clothes off. That summons Jason way earlier than expected. Once the nudity happened, Jason thought to himself, well, it's just one person. That's not as fun as a teen sex party, but I guess it'll do. But on the plus side, Jason Voorhees, your Camp Crystal Lake's 1 millionth visitor! Turns out this was an undercover agent who actually was luring the presence of Jason with her nudity. There could have been easier and less dangerous ways to find Jason, but would it have been as hilarious? Good job, assholes. Only took you about 30 fucking years. Excellent. Guess we can wrap all this up and go home. Jail. Can't say the title was a lie, I guess. Oh my god, is this what I look like? I'm a fucking monster! Clearly this means that Steven is the killer. Or he just gets arrested because he's rooting for the wrong sports team. Someone needs to stop Jason! Too bad I'm in jail. But whatever, send him to hell or something. I guess Wikipedia was right. Good, now just don't eat the heart this time. And destroy his mask while you're at it. Apparently that can possess people too. Wait, he's going to heaven? He did find Jesus after all! Just kidding. He's getting pulled down to the set of the latest Estes Perkle movie. So, hell exists. I guess we better turn our lives around immediately. And they're off to break the news to Creighton Duke's sister, Foxy Brown. And there were never any other Friday the 13th movies ever again. Jail. Holy shit, it's Sharp Anjo! It may say that Angelo Badalamenti does the music, but that's not what it sounds like. It was either this or He's Back, the Man Under the Fedora. Jail. This series has gone way too far. Go back to being a grounded series about a mother avenging the death of her son, who later comes back to kill teenagers all on his own, and then he's killed, and is brought back to life after being struck by lightning, and then fights a girl with telekinetic powers, and then boards a ship to New York where he melts back down into being a kid, and then comes back as a body snatcher. Jason is being held at the Crystal Lake Research Facility. What the fuck? Let's base Area 51 in Haddonfield while we're at it. Jason has been held here so long he's growing some prison hair. Too bad his mask is covering his prison beard. Speaking of, it's nice they gave him a fresh new mask. The previous one was getting a little ratty. So how about instead of insulting his looks, you just blow him up again? Only don't eat the heart this time. Serves you right for keeping his machete in the research facility with him. No, don't put him in there. That's where we keep our processed meats. He's gonna spoil. Don't worry about this wound. A few 100 years frozen in place ought to heal that nicely. Jail. And then Jason became Captain America. He doesn't really save the world. He mostly just kills fornicating teenagers. The bodies are being put back together by microscopic ants. Go back to the realistic entries, like the girl with telekinetic powers hanging Jason with an electrical cord. Now for some backstory on Jason, as if you need to tell me that.
We tried everything. Electrocution, gas, firing squad. We even hung him once. Nothing worked.
Again, blow him up and don't eat the heart! Remember the powerful Mrs. Voorhees monologue about losing her son and her mind? Suck on that! Android versus zombie Jason, bitch! Too bad you didn't try this out when you were attempting every death penalty method. Great. Now just don't eat his heart. Wait a minute. The microscopic ants. I always forget about the microscopic ants. Jail. I'm beginning to think this movie isn't taking itself very seriously. Way to make Steel look like a bitch! Enough reminiscing. Spacin has to keep on not dying.
You've gotta be kidding me. Brodsky.
I must say, I prefer Space Jason over Space Leia. Makes more sense to me. Both of them are headed down to Earth 2, where Brodsky badasses himself to death along with Jason. It's possible Uber Jason burned up on entry, but another Uber serial killer will be on his way shortly, after he's done dropping off someone else on another planet. With Jason now on a completely different planet, think of all the possibilities. He has a whole new Crystal Lake to terrorize. This sets up so much more story. Jail. Nothing comes of it! The next film was Freddy vs. Jason, and then a remake happened! Are we gonna get a theme song better than the Dawkins theme? Yes, the classic song, Jail, He's Back, the man behind the burns. I'm on Team Jason now. He stopped a rapist.
She's mine! Mine!
And that's how the fight gets started. A dick measuring contest. If the dicks were body counts.
And you weren't involved!
Jason's dick is getting way bigger. Freddy attempts to kill Jason in his dreams. Bullets and explosions don't stop Jason, but tranquilizers? Works like a charm. Does Jason dream about unlucky sheep? Nope, just a boiler room. Shocking.
65 minutes in, and we finally see them fight. Someone needs to place them both under arrest and put them in prison. Why stop making up shit now? Let's make adult Jason afraid of water.
So you are afraid of something after all, huh?
Yeah, he's really terrified of water. Yep, look at him. Terrified. Freddy must have used toxic waste from the New York sewers to turn Jason back into a child. Jail. That's what finally stops him. A migraine. Fuck you, bitch. You're out of the dream world now. Shit, and you also brought Rock Lore, the god of metal, out of the dream! This scene would be really lame if it weren't taking place at Action Point. With their own stupidity, if they were just flying solo in this movie, I still think they'd manage to find a way to kill themselves. Just make up a reason to kill Freddy. It worked in the other movies. And as far as Jason goes, if you really wanted to possess him, you should have just eaten his heart. Although Freddy does use his glove a lot more in this one, so that's nice. Another positive, with the strict MPAA rules in the late 80s, it's probably best this wasn't made in 1987, because stuff like this would have been toned way the fuck down. Will we find out who the true winner is? Or will they stop fighting because they realize their mom's name is Batman v Superman reference? Oh, so I guess Jason wins. Just pick a goddamn winner. Is it really that hard? Jail. Apparently it is hard. And why do I suddenly feel like moshing? But I'll stick with Bergman versus Woody. Thank you very much. The real question is, which set of reviews is better? There's the Elm Street reviews. Nothing good comes from a room with chains hanging in it. The safety word is bitch! And the Friday the 13th reviews. Jail. Well, that settles it. The Friday the 13th reviews wins. See? It's not that hard to pick a fucking winner. The hell is that? Oh, there's a Bollywood Friday the 13th? Of course there is! Never too late for a new character, though, even if she's confusing this for Bollywood Times at the El Royale. Wait a minute. Hang on. This is a lot like Friday the 13th.
मेरे पति की आत्मा प्रवेश कर गई। हर प्यार करने वाले नौजवान को मैं उसका हुक्म मानती रही और मैं
I get it, clever. So yes, that is our killer, and yes, it has to do with revenge for a drowning. Although, I have never seen Jason Voorhees' death as a child be portrayed so hilariously.
Help me, please! God said help me! Please, bachao! Bachao! Help me, please! God said help me!
Jail. Sure, he may have died, but don't be too upset about it, Mrs. Voorhees. At least we got a great laugh out of it.
इस जगह को मेरा शाप है जब हम ही जिंदा नहीं रह सके
Jesus Christ, that was terrifying. How am I supposed to dance to that? Bollywood Angelina Jolie is pissed. I suppose this is gonna set up for a long chase through the hotel, much like the campground in the original. Or maybe not that long, there's only 5 minutes of the movie left. The dance scenes are 5 times longer than the actual plot resolution. Much like Betsy Palmer, the killer is the best performance in the movie. They do try to drag it out, though, with a lot of slow motion. It's a short sequence, but lasts long enough for it to now be daylight. I don't know how plots or weather work anymore. For instance, it's nighttime again, and I think she's a vampire. I shouldn't have cut away. We've got no time to waste. Seriously, this is like someone pressed fast forward on the original. Jail. The longer versions simultaneously feel like the Cliff Notes version. Good thing she was only 50 feet from the house, and if you ask me, Jason's mask is far too clean. Yeah, you got the axe cut in the head, but it needs to have suffered fire damage, lake damage, electrical burns, and toxic waste burns. Call Uncle Lou instead. He's better than the police.
I can't. He's gonna see me.
Get up and run away right now!
Yeah, get out of there before Uncle Lou will be forced to move an inch. And before this happens. Not only is Uncle Lou drunk, but apparently so am I, because now Santa Claus exists in the Friday the 13th universe. Jacket Jason has realized that his jacket is getting a little too worn. This one is much warmer, and it's going by the Santa Claus rules. So not only is there a new Santa, but there's gonna be a lot of dead elves. This is gonna get very bloody.
Wait. I don't hear him anymore. I think he left.
Jail. Every year the season gets longer, but Christmas Day goes far too soon. Alright, this better end with Jason somehow making it to the North Pole. Don't know how, but he's gonna do it. I don't know what that was, but that was better than any fight with Jason and Santa that I ever could have imagined. Please, do that again. Excellent way to end. Guess it's all over. Jail. How does a 31-minute movie have too many endings? Ah, good. Now he's gonna fight the leprechaun. Movie over. Jail. Was I on the naughty list this year? So every kid receives mysterious packages implying Jason slaughtered the elves and mailed them to children. I'm not letting this fade fool me again. Yep, it's still going. Jason has brought the gift of dead elves everywhere. And that's the end of Jail. Whoa, dude! Jail. Okay, that pointless last 20 seconds was just there to screw with me, wasn't it? Oh wow, a shitload of weed. In this universe, that's like falling into a pool of naked women.
What the fuck? What is this? No! 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 No!
Not that it matters. You're dead either way. Jason needs that weed to deal with the stress of frolicking teens stealing his weed and breaking into his cabins. This reminds me of the time Jason shot the TV when USA kept rerunning Savage Weekend instead of any of his movies. Whoa, this was Jason's room? Thanks for reminding me. I thought we were in Madman Mars's house. Oh wait, this is definitely Jason's place. I know because of this shrine to the floating head section of the Friday the 13th NES game. Wow, we're really spending a lot of time with these characters. I bet this is who our leads are gonna be. Jail. Must be a short film. Oh, and Clay's sister is still alive because, Jason needed a friend, I guess. Or maybe he's just a huge Haley from the OC fan. This is one Jason who hates when people pick locks. He keeps her alive, though, because, so as our heroes are escaping, Jason is not far behind. And his sexy dancing sense is tingling. As they're touring around Jason's privately owned antiques mall, let it be known that Clay's sister Whitney is the only one in the movie who is celebrating World Sleep Day. No, Jason needed her because she reminded him of his mom, maybe? I don't know. Now they're all safe. It took me a minute to figure out if that was Clay's sister who got killed or the other girl. It was the other girl. Whitney is still alive. She has to pretend to be Jason's mom at some point.
Jason! It's okay. You can stop now.
Oh, now how is that supposed to confuse him? She looks nothing like Amy Steele pretending to be Betsy Palmer. Let's not kill him too hard, though. We need him resurrectable, just in case we can make a sequel.
Say hi to Mommy! In hell!
Jason's already been to hell, and the only thing he found was a burnt pedophile with a dirty red and green sweater. Here, drop him in the lake so that someone with telekinetic powers can bring him back if they want to. And let's redo the shot from the end of Jason X, signaling that there will be no follow-up to this movie as well. Jail. Cute. There's still no follow-up to this, so thanks for that non-ending.